When it really counts, depend on The Source for the latest weather updates, keeping you ahead of the storm. 96.3 FM, 1370 AM, The Source.
We'll have a mix of clouds and sunshine today with a high of 72 to 74. Expect showers this evening. Shower in places, otherwise clouds breaking, low 49 to 54. Breezy day tomorrow with sun and some clouds, high Saturday 63 to 68. Then Sunday we'll have some sunshine, high on Sunday 61 to 65. From the Florida Weather Center, I'm Holly Holdren.
On Friday, January the 15th at 8:35, my guests will be Robert Cooper and Steve Blank of 0 Hour Life Center, a recovery community organization. We'll learn about the RCO and the many services they provide. There is hope for the hopeless, and there is life after addiction. Recovery is possible. We all know someone who can be helped by the RCO, so tune in at 8:35 Friday, January 15th. This is a vital information for our community brought to you by 0 Hour Life Center and your friends here at WOCA, The Source.
This is Ocala Talks with Tom Schmidt, bringing stories that are important to our community in and around Ocala. Plus, of course, a splash of sports as well. Now, here's your host, Tom.
Good Friday morning. Welcome to Ocala Talks on a sunny and on its way to 72-degree day here in beautiful Ocala, Florida. The rain is coming, though, as a cold front will push through and make it really, really cold tomorrow night. So you got that to look forward to, Galen. You know, Galen joins us as he always does, brought to you by the good folks at Penn Flooring and Palm Garden Health and Rehabilitation Center. So you get one day of warm, Galen, and then right back to you and I complaining.
Well, yeah, at least I guess we'll have something legitimate to complain about. It's going to be wet and cold, which is the worst kind.
I hope the rain's supposed to get here, or, scattered showers are supposed to get here around 3 o'clock this afternoon. That could be a problem for me. That could be a big problem.
There is nothing worse than hitting like a 3-iron when it's wet and cold.
Oh, it hurts all the way up through your shoulders.
Yeah, if you don't cure it, let's say you catch it a little thin, you feel like you might as well just die. It's worse than getting a stinger in football.
I'd rather hit it fat than I would to hit it thin.
Oh, absolutely.
In that kind of weather.
Yeah. You hit it thin, and you're just, oh no. And any chance of hitting a root or anything? Nope. I'm getting a free drop.
And it
free drop today.
That pain when you hit that ball thin in that cold weather, it starts in the tips of your fingers and just radiates all the way up your arms. Oh, it's ridiculous.
It's yeah. That's when you know. All right, I've got to go. I have walked off of a course because it's been too cold.
Well, this is my normal.
There's no doubt.
This is my normal Friday game. It's every Friday we have this game. We've had this game in some way or another. This game has been played as long as I've lived here in Ocala with this group of guys. It's been played. It's been going on it morphs into during the snowbird season. We can have upwards of 35, 40 people playing this game. During the summer,
sure,
16, 18 people because of the heat and everything. But
yeah.
And the thing is, I'm prepared for it today, though. I got the slacks on just in case the weather changes. I'm wearing the slacks.
Next thing you know, you're going to tell me you're wearing not sandals but shoes.
Look, calm down, okay? Let's not get ahead of ourselves.
Right, making sure.
Okay.
Just making sure,
the flip-flops are still on.
Yeah, you're going to walk in UGG boots, and I'm like, well, hell is officially frozen over.
No, they're the last time I owned a pair of UGG boots or duck boots like that were when they were all the rage in 1983 when you wore them as like part of your wardrobe.
Yeah.
When you would take your pant leg and you would curl it under and wrap it up so it would fit tight around your ankle.
Yeah, before skinny jeans, but you made them skinny jeans.
Yeah, we took Z Cavaricis and made them skinny jeans.
Yeah, the parachute pants did that too.
Oh, we had the look, and you know what the problem with my parachute pants were? And I was not a fat kid. I'm a little rotund now because I still eat like I'm playing college football, but I don't work out like I'm playing college football. So, but at my height in high school, I was probably 195 pounds at my biggest in high school, and I would wear parachute pants. And I would still bust zippers. It just happened. Somebody said that it's because I was a 36 trying to wear a 34. Now, I don't know what that means. I don't know what that really means. But now,
I could never, I never owned a pair of parachute pants because I could never find a pair that fit me. So I was the opposite. I was probably a 24 in high school. I graduated high school at 113 pounds.
Galen, my neck is a quarter inch bigger than your waist.
Correct.
My neck's a quarter inch smaller than your waist was.
I had to get a waiver to join the United States Navy because I didn't weigh enough.
Hey, you know what you do there? You put 2 bricks in your pocket when you step up on the scale, see?
Yeah, well, when you're buck naked, that's not really an option.
That's a problem. That is a problem. Hey, James Naismith is the Google Doodle today. Have you seen that?
Yeah, I saw that. I did see that this morning.
I read the history of the game. I knew he had invented the game at a YMCA in Springfield, Massachusetts. He also invented volleyball, by the way. People don't realize that, but James Naismith, the PE teacher, invented basketball and volleyball. But I never understood what was what precipitated him inventing basketball. So I read the article this morning. There was a bad nor'easter, snowstorm.
Yeah.
They were socked in for like 5-6 days, a little roughhousing in the gym, little angst going on. So he put 2 peach baskets up, and he said the goal was to get the ball in the other end. But he said the problem was he didn't think it through real well, and he didn't have a whole lot of rules, so it ended up being like a free-for-all brawl in the middle of the floor. And so he quit the game. Right. But a week later, his students were begging him so much to play the game again that he actually came up with some rules. And his biggest rule was no running with the ball. Back in the day, originally there was no dribbling or anything. You had to be you were stationary and you passed the ball up the court. And he said that because that quit the running, that quit all the fighting and fisticuffs, and it actually morphed into what we now know as basketball. But how about this? With less than 50 years of the invention of basketball, it was selling out Madison Square Garden. How about that?
Yeah, I've always thought that was one of those amazing stories when you think about how long it takes most games in sports like that to become that hugely popular. And again, there wasn't a lot of money thrown behind the sport saying, we need to promote this, or nobody was trying to sell basketballs back then. So I've always thought that was a really, really cool story. I did a book report on that, like 9th grade or something, 8th grade.
Oh, so you were well versed in this subject that I was bringing up. I was
absolutely.
not.
Absolutely. You remember those books they used to have lots of pictures, but it had it was 35 pages, and on every page was a photo.
Oh yeah.
That's what I'm talking about.
So you're telling me then that my 12th grade year, this is how ridiculous I am. My 12th grade year, you had to pick for an English class, okay? For an English class, it was an honors English class. Probably rules you out right there.
Sure.
Probably
sure,
rules
you were
right
in
there.
honors. Yeah. Yeah.
Let me tell you something, pal. My first non-A in my lifetime came my sophomore year of college, okay? Let's just clear that up.
Yeah.
I graduated 3rd in my class, okay? Let's clear that up. And yes, there was more than 3 people in the class, okay?
Well, I'd hate to see where the other 2 are, or everybody behind you. They're probably all.
I graduated in a class of almost 300 people, okay? I did pretty well.
Yeah. Just goes to show you grades aren't everything.
No, grades aren't everything. 100%. Hey, there's more. There's more than grades when it comes to the caddy scholarship, Danny. So there's more important things than grades, like winning the caddy golf tournament. So anyway, you did the 35-page with the pictures of Dr. Naismith. Me, for this English class, there was no requirement on what the book could be. You just had to read a book and then in the English format, the MLA format, write a paper on the book you read. Let me tell you about this brainiac. My book, 1,863-page Rise and Fall of the Third Reich by William Shirer.
Oh, my gosh. Why?
Because I'm an idiot.
Just because? Wow. Well, I don't remember anything in my senior year other than my spring break was almost a month. And I think I've told this story on the air. At one point, and I was just going from like hotel to hotel, and I called my dad, and I said, Dad, you need to come get me. And he came and picked me up, and he took me to a Denny's in Daytona, and it was the best breakfast I've ever had in my life. I don't think
that was your rehab moment. It was Denny's.
Yeah. I was like, wow. Yeah, and he didn't yell at me or anything, and I think he knew where I was at because there were rumors this is pre-cell phone or pager.
Right.
So yeah.
Can I tell you this? Here's another difference in our life that you and I have. You said your senior year of high school spring break. I didn't go on my first spring break until I was a freshman in college at 21 years old. My spring break wasn't something your parents allowed you to do in my household. When you got spring break at my household meant time to chop down the bamboo in the backyard, cut it back because it was too high. I had like huge assignments. Spring break was a horrible time for me because that meant that I was alone with my mother in the yard doing yard work for a solid week.
See, you were pre-MTV.
Oh, right? Yeah, I was 15. MTV came out, I was 15 years old.
Yeah, see, MTV changed spring break.
Well, yeah, but that was in the late 80s. In the early 80s, MTV actually just showed music videos. There was no spring break destinations.
No,
I didn't know about La Villa and Spinnakers until I was in college.
Well, they were at Daytona for a month. I was there. It was 19. What was that? Like that was like
91 or something.
No. They started. My senior year was in 1988. That's when they started spring break.
Oh, is that when it was? 88.
Yeah. So, because I saw Eddie Money 2 years in a row at the band shell, and MTV was there both years in '87 and in '88. So
my first spring break was 1989. Panama City, Florida. I was 21 years old, and I thought I saw everything.
Sure.
Because I'd been a bar bouncer, a security personnel, and a bartender in Atlanta. So I thought I had seen everything. I was mistaken.
Sure. Well, spring break used to rotate around the state. It started in like Fort Lauderdale.
Oh, yeah, the candy store in Fort Lauderdale. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they decided that they didn't want that. Right, and so they stopped renting. Because back then, they didn't care how old you were to rent a hotel. All you had to do was call. You could find the phone number, right? Call the operator. They would give you the phone number for any hotel in America. You could call and make a reservation. Didn't need anything down, just your name. And you show up. You didn't even need a credit card.
No, you just show up. It was in your name. You got the money. You pay for it. And you put 18 of your closest friends in the room with you.
Correct. And I remember we got one year, we got kicked out. We hadn't even been there like 4 hours, and we got kicked out of one hotel. We just ended up going across the street, and they didn't seem to have a problem.
I had friends of mine. Well, I say friends of mine. You make friends with the people that are in the hotel room. Actually, let's take a break.
Correct.
I'll tell you that story when we come back. Take a break. I'll tell you the story when we come back. It's a great
I thought we were going to talk about the NFL playoffs, but this is much better.
This is much better. It's Galen Unall from Life South, brought to you by Penn Flooring and Palm Garden Health Rehabilitation Center. We'll be right back after this short timeout.
Ask me why I've worked at Palm Garden for so long, and I tell them it's the people. I love to hear the life stories, especially those from the greatest generation. Celebrating life stories is what sets Palm Garden apart, finding out what's important to them. And I love being a resource. Like Macy's Santa, if I can't help, I'll send them to Gimbel's. After all, Palm Garden is located on 34th Street. I'm Jan from Palm Garden. Call me and let's chat. 854-6262.
Hi, this is JP from Penn Flooring here in Ocala. I would like to invite you to come in and visit our spacious showroom where we have solutions for every style and budget. From wall-to-wall carpet to hardwood floors and tiles, we have an unsurpassed selection of flooring. At Penn Flooring, we've provided quality customer service with a family touch for over 25 years. Visit our website at pennflooring.com or come by our showroom, 1201 Southwest 17th Street, just over the bridge. Penn Flooring, quality customer service with a family touch.
Now you did it. Are you completely insane? He's back. He, who must not be named. The man, the myth. The only guy in Ocala to eat his own weight in fried pickles. Twice. Now, you asked for it. Sorta. Live and in person. It's Tom Schmitz.
Welcome back to Ocala Talks on a Friday. Galen Udall from Light South joins us thanks to the good folks at Penn Flooring and Palm Garden Health and Rehabilitation Center. Galen, I was telling you a story before we went to break about my endeavor in Daytona. You didn't know it was in Daytona, but this happened in Daytona. It was 1992, my senior year, I think. Yeah, my senior year at Georgia Southern. And you know how different schools from all over the country spring break at the same time. So you get to meet people from Indiana, Ohio, Connecticut, Michigan, you know, all up there. And our next door neighbors in our hotel, we were staying at the, it's the Hard Rock now. What was it called? It was called forever, the Desert Inn. We're staying at the Desert Inn.
Desert Inn, sure.
Staying at the Desert Inn. And we're on the bottom floor. And I always like to be on the bottom floor because that way if you got a little intoxicated, there was no chance of you falling over a rail or something. I just thought it was practical to be on. I thought it was practical to be on the bottom floor. So our next,
somebody may try to throw you over if you only weigh 105 pounds.
Yeah, see if you can make the pool. I can throw you to the pool. So, you know, you got to watch these things. So,
not saying it never happened to me.
Our next door neighbors, and football players have a tendency to gravitate towards each other. And our next door neighbors, as luck would have it, were 4 guys from Eastern Connecticut University. Ooh. It's the first time I ever in my life mixed Captain Morgan and ginger ale because these guys from Eastern Connecticut said, "Try this drink, Captain Morgan and ginger ale." So, because we were Jim Beam guys in the Deep South, you know what I mean? So here we are, Captain Morgan. So anyway, one of the guys is an offensive lineman for Eastern Connecticut, and he says he has to go to the restroom, and he starts to do so right at the pool deck, and I go, "Idiot. Go in the hotel room. Nobody wants to see you do that. Go get a toilet." So a few seconds later, about a minute and a half later, you hear the crowd around the pool, and you know at spring break the pool's crowded. You hear the crowd around the pool just roaring with laughter. I turn around. This moron has went and ripped the toilet up out of his hotel room and is bringing it back out on the pool deck. They almost threw us out of the city of Daytona because they associated us with that room. Luckily, we talked our way out of that. They escorted them out of the city. They had been in the hotel for a grand total of 7 hours. They got escorted out of the city after they were able to pay the bill because they had enough cash on them to pay the bill to get the toilet fixed. I've never seen anybody get. You said you got thrown out in 4 hours. These guys got thrown out of the city in 7 hours.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. Well, you guys were older. You know, I think we were 17 and 18 at the time.
Yeah. You know what they did? They went to Ormond Beach, got a hotel. We went and partied with them in Ormond Beach the whole week.
There you go. There you go. Yeah, that's pretty good. That's pretty good.
Hey, the NFL playoffs are this weekend. Good games too. I'm looking. I mean, some good football games in the AFC. The NFC, I don't think is good at football, but in the AFC,
I disagree. And by the way, I've always thought this was the best weekend for the NFL.
Oh yeah.
The quality of games is really good, and you always get 4 of them. I disagree. I think the NFC games are pretty good. I'm excited about that Rams game. I'm really curious to see how Aaron Rodgers, who may be the most overrated football player of the last 40, maybe 50 years, he needs to get to another Super Bowl, or he will just be one of those had everything and just could never finish the deal. He needs to have a good game. I want to see how he does against Jalen Ramsey in that Rams defense.
Well, I think Aaron Donald was out of the game, isn't he?
Oh, I didn't hear that.
He had some hurt ribs, so I don't know. He may be a little tender.
Well, I knew that, but I thought he was playing.
Maybe he is playing. I haven't looked at the latest. I know he's got some sore ribs though, so see how he's able to go. Just the
wrap that up.
Just the matchup. The one I really like is the matchup with the Browns and the Chiefs.
Yeah.
Because the Browns won 11 games this year. Can we just say how great it is that the Browns have won 11 football games?
Yeah, I think you're just relying on recent history. That's one of those where you're going by what you saw the latest. Neither team can stop the other.
No.
Right? But I just think Patrick Mahomes is going to carve them up. They have no solution for Keith Kelsey, and I don't think the Browns can score enough to win that game.
What about Josh Allen and the Buffalo Bills with going against the Ravens? That looks like a game where the Bills should win, but you never know what Lamar Jackson may end up doing.
I'm taking the Bills, and I'm going to give the points, and I'm going to take the over on that because I really think Josh Allen is going to carve them up.
Wow.
Josh Allen maybe. You could mark this down, maybe the second best quarterback in the playoffs.
And, remember when he came out, people were lambasting the Bills for taking him out of a small school, Wyoming. The guy's got, he's got no control over his arm. First 2 years were bad, but I think coaching had a lot to do with that. And now all of a sudden people are talking about how great this kid is. This kid has a big arm. He's got the smarts and intelligence to play the game. I mean, I see all the upsides to Josh Allen, and Colin Cowherd yesterday on his show said, I have to admit it, it's not easy for me to do. I was wrong about Josh Allen.
I think he's by far and away I think he got drafted the same year as Patrick Mahomes.
He did. Yeah, they all got drafted the same year.
He's been spectacular, and I think he's the second best quarterback in the game right now behind Patrick Mahomes.
How about this? How bad did the Chicago Bears look? Patrick Mahomes, Josh Allen, both taken after Mitchell Trubisky. Trubisky.
And again, so many times you whiff on a quarterback. We haven't even talked about Urban Meyer going to the Jags. I think Trevor Lawrence comes back for his senior year, but and do you think the Bucs can beat the Saints this weekend?
No, I do not.
Yeah, I'm feeling the same way.
And I know they played them 3 times. This is their third time. This is their third time playing them. I know they've lost twice. It's very difficult to beat a team 3 times in the same season. And by the way, what's not getting talked about for Tampa Bay, and I got no love lost for the Saints or the Bucs because I'm a Falcons fan. So I look at this game objectively. I dislike both teams, so I don't have a favorite. The one thing that is not getting factored in is Ndamukong Suh and how hard that defense may be able to get after Drew Brees.
Well, I'm hoping that secondary is terrible for the Bucs.
It's horrible.
I mean, they are terrible.
If the front seven doesn't get there, it's going to be a long afternoon for Bucs fans.
Well, the Bucs have to blitz constantly, and that's what's making that secondary so weak. They don't have a shutdown corner. Antonio Winfield, their safety, gambles a lot. He can make a big play, but the Bucs are going to have to score, 35, 40 points
easy
in order to make this close. And I think they're capable of doing that. I think the Bucs offense arguably could be the best left in the playoffs, but I don't know if they can score enough to really compete with Drew Brees. Now, how healthy is Drew Brees? Right?
That's a good question.
And if they can get ahead, they got a chance because you got to take Alvin Kamara's running game out. Believe it or not, that's what makes the sun shine for them. So we'll see.
Play action.
I'm excited about that game just because I'm a huge Bucs fan.
Yeah.
But you only get one upset per weekend, and that upset comes this weekend from the Rams over the Green Bay Packers. I'm sorry, Hugh, that you have the most overrated quarterback in the history of the NFL for the last 40 years.
I'm still holding out hope, though, as I'm pulling for teams. I'm holding out hope for the Bucs, and here's why. because I don't like the Bucs because I'm a Falcons fan, but I'm holding out hope because I want to see sometime the host city get the host team in the Super Bowl. That's all I'm saying. I just want to see it once.
Oh, but I want to be very clear. If Tom Brady gets to the Super Bowl with this Bucs team, he is by far, head and shoulders, the greatest football player to ever play.
We may change the name of the trophy.
And shoulders.
We may change the name of the trophy from the Vince Lombardi Trophy to the Tom Brady Trophy.
Yeah, he's already been there more than anybody else. But to get the Bucs, who hadn't been in the playoffs in 15 years,
right.
That's next level.
Right. Hey, tell us where the Bloodmobile is today.
Hey, today we're actually going to be out at the Walmart the Lowe's in Sumter, right there in Summerfield. And so please just give the life, donate blood. We're always right there on the boulevard, 1607 East Silver Springs Boulevard. Call us at 622-3544. Donate blood.
Have a good weekend, buddy. Talk to you Monday.
All right, be good. Thanks, y'all.
Yep. WOCA, the source.
From the Paddock Mall Studios, this is WOCA, Ocala, Gainesville, The Villages, 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, The Source.
USA Radio News with Lance Pry.
21,000 National Guard troops armed with M4s have taken positions in Washington, D.C. for the Biden inauguration. The 8-foot unclimbable fences are now covered with barbed wire, resembling more of a war zone than a place to celebrate. FBI Director Christopher Wray is basing the military buildup on internet chatter.
We are seeing an extensive amount of concerning online chatter, I guess the best way I would describe it, about a number of events surrounding the inauguration. Right now, we're tracking calls for potential armed protests.
The inauguration is Wednesday, January 20th. The Senate Intelligence Committee announced late Thursday that it will postpone Friday's confirmation hearing for President-elect Joe Biden's pick to be the next director of national intelligence, Avril Haines. She was supposed to be the first pick for Biden's cabinet. Instead, Haines joins a number of other national security picks still awaiting their chance to appear on Capitol Hill. USA Radio News.
The stress levels of Americans may be at an all-time high. From education to business to basic needs to politics, the 2020 pandemic-related stressors are pushing many of us to near breaking point. That's why you should consider the stress and pain-relieving products from sunny-bay.com, like our lavender neck wraps and pads infused with premium Washington lavender buds. They relieve tension and relax with a soothing scent of lavender. And lifestyle expert Jennifer Bonner recommends products from Sunny Bay.
Sunny Bay's hands-free neck wrap should be your go-to pain relief solution.
Give gifts to family and friends that relieve stress and pain. Give love and care by giving the best. Give pillows, neck wraps, and body wraps from sunny-bay.com, a Biomed DB design company. Just click sunny-bay.com. That's sunny-bay.com.
On Friday, January the 15th at 8:35, my guest will be Robert Cooper and Steve Blank of 0 Hour Life Center, a recovery community organization. We'll learn about the RCO and the many services they provide. There is hope for the hopeless, and there is life after addiction. Recovery is possible. We all know someone who can be helped by the RCO, so tune in at 8:35 Friday, January 15th. This is a vital information for our community brought to you by 0 Hour Life Center and your friends here at WOCA, The Source. The next Higher Education Happenings radio show with the College of Central Florida will be Thursday, January 21st at 8:35 a.m. We will discuss the need for first responders and CF's new critical transport program. Rod McGinnis, Associate Dean of Health Sciences, will be our guest to describe the options available to students who are looking to be a frontline healthcare worker. Brought to you by the College of Central Florida and WOCA, The Source. The Ocala Golf Club, one of Ocala's premier golf courses, from its pristine 18-hole course layout to its amazing pro shop. Jason Linhart and the staff at Ocala Golf offer everything that you need for your golf outing. That's the Ocala Golf Club. Experience country club style golf at municipal prices. You won't go wrong with the Ocala Golf Club. Call them for a tee time today, 352-401-6917.
You're getting ready to move and you work hard. That's why you call Two Men in a Truck, 352-289-0666. You need pros. Trained professional moving experts to do the heavy lifting for you. That's why you call Two Men in a Truck, 352-289-0666. They care about your things as much as you do, and they do it fast and right. That's why you call Two Men in a Truck, 352-289-0666. Visit twomeninatruck.com and get moving.
2 Men in a Truck.
Veterans Helping Veterans USA. Call 352-433-2320. We help veterans and their families with limited financial assistance, counseling, employment referrals, and a food and clothing bank. You can help in making a huge difference in the veterans' lives we serve by donating food, clothing, household items, or direct financial assistance. All donations are tax deductible. Veterans Helping Veterans USA. 352